We're used to seeing exhibitions behind closed doors in classy galleries, but Fotoistanbul is breaking these rules to unite photo artists with audiences. And it's not the only unique aspect of Turkey's biggest international photography festival. Riza Erdegirmenci went to take a look.
The fourth edition of the Fotoistanbul Festival launched this week to celebrate cultural diversity and the liberation of photo art. Panel talks, workshops and sessions with artists walking the audience through their exhibitions make this festival even more unique. Fotoistanbul received more than 6,000 applications from 71 countries this year. The chosen artworks can be seen in public places, main squares, abandoned buildings and museums. And the guest country of honour this year is the Netherlands.
Well, we are from the Netherlands and we came to Istanbul to show 3 projects. One project we have made in Kabul, in Afghanistan, and in this project we show the favorite places of the city Kabul. The second project is a project we have made in Lebanon, and there we have brought questions from our Facebook friends, and we asked the questions from our Dutch Facebook friends to the Syrian refugees in Lebanon. They answered the questions, and we filmed the answers, and we put the answers back on the timeline of the questionnaire. And in the third project we have been to Lesbos, and there we have put tourists and refugees together on a bench in the park. They had a little earphone so they could understand each other with a translator, and they talked about life, and that's a film of 22 minutes.
The festival's motivation is to create a collective platform for photography. And to make that ambitious goal happen, some extra measures are needed.
You don't have to go into some kind of, I don't know, building or gallery that's maybe difficult for people to enter. It's all very public and it's all very close to the people, and I think that's a beautiful way of showing all these beautiful images.
The festival's choice of abandoning galleries to reach a wider audience can be seen as challenging, but as long as the audience is happy, organisers and curators are as well.
Today's world, it's very, very hard to find time for art and for photography in general. So I think it's very, very good to bring photography to the people. So to Beşiktaş Square or to the Naval Museum, where a lot of people would pass by anyway, and probably they will, I don't know, spend even just a couple of seconds just looking at the photographs. They will get a glimpse of it, and if they like it, then probably they will continue. So I think it's a very good way of trying to persuade people.
Fotoistanbul doesn't depend on concepts or movements. To prove that point, the festival hosts an Instagram contest to welcome amateur photographers. Exhibitions are free of charge to view throughout the city until October the 22nd.
We have curator Cosar Kulaksiz and the director of the festival, Riza Erdegirmenci, to tell us more about everything that happens behind the scenes of Fotoistanbul. Welcome on the show. Cosar, I want to start with you. I want to speak more about the photographers that applied to participate in this festival. I'm sure you guys got loads and loads of applications. Tell me more about what you saw in their works.
First of all, we have 2 sections in our festival. One is invitations, and the other one is applications. As you indicated, we have seen a lot of good works in the applications, but in the process of selecting the artworks and the exhibitions, we also had a curation team of our festival team coming together for months and selecting the works for the invitation part. And for the application part, we had an open call in the mid-summertime, and we had about 600 applications, which is very good. And we have seen a lot of good works from all over the world.
There's this Instagram competition that you've launched. How does this affect photography? Because even with my Instagram photographs, I feel like I'm the best photographer out there. So how is the relation with the two?
I mean, Instagram and other social media is contributing a lot to the medium of photography, that's for sure. But there is a difference between getting likes and what is an artwork. But of course, in our festival and for all other activities around the world, you can use Instagram or Facebook as a mean to distribute your art and your experiences, but it's just a matter of how to do it. And for example, our Instagram contest had about like 15,000 hits, applicants, and we chose about like 50, and then we had them on the Facebook, and people actually, the actual people voted for the best ones. So the interaction was so good, but I have to indicate that there is a difference between artwork and an image, and sometimes we shouldn't be confused about whatever is more liked is not an artwork.
Yeah, indeed. I want to cross over to you, Riza. Fotoistanbul is the biggest international photography festival in Turkey. What is the most important elements in organizing such a big event?
The most important elements are the right team, accessible exhibition spaces, and strong sponsors. We have a large team, an experimental team with curators, editors, designers, visual communication people, public relation people, a good printing team, and a very talented technical team. We have been working together for 4 years, and we are really proud of having such a dedicated team.
So it's all about the teamwork.
Yeah.
There's panel discussions and artist talks and different workshops in the festival as well. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
As you mentioned, we have a lot of activities beside the exhibitions, but I have also to add that we have a portfolio reviewing center where every year we have more than 250 Turkish photographers are coming and having discussion with masters. They are showing their work and having some good advice. Otherwise, we have panels, round tables, master talks, and a lot of conferences during the Fotoistanbul.
That's great. Last but not least, I want to talk about the contributions of this festival, because it's actually very huge, and it's great that you're putting out the works of artists around the world and in Istanbul. So what's its contribution to its audience and to the city itself?
First of all, as citizens of this huge city, we need from time to time to get together with our fellows and add some values. You cannot breathe the air of a city just spending your time between work and television. So by gathering thousands of people around the artworks, we remind the audience that there are other people in the city who are sharing the same values. We think that by gathering for same purpose together for art activities, the city starts living.
It does. Adding a bit more art and life into your daily routine actually gives a lot to
And
a person.
about the audience, I should say that photography is the emerging artistic activity of our century, and there are a lot of utilization of the photography as a family snapshot or documentary applications or artistic applications. So we try to make our people aware of the different possibilities offered by this medium, and also to get a better use of it.
So there's many dimensions in the festival as well. It was a pleasure having both of you on our show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for your invitation.